Hi stamping friends, it's Marilyn here with Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. I'd like to welcome you on this last week before Christmas, December 22nd, as you're aware, I'm sure, leading up to a very different Christmas that we're all expecting to stay at home and be safe. It's something that is really needed right now, is to stay safe with this COVID virus being around, and hopefully the vaccine that is coming will help us all. I'm sure hoping it will anyway. So I have a card to show you I'm going to make today on camera, and I have a few other reminders I want to share with you. First of all, though, I'd like to, in case I forget at the end of this, wish you all a very blessed and Merry Christmas, however you may be celebrating it. I did hear today, just on the news at noon, that Zoom is going to lift their 45-minute limit on their Zoom calls from December 23rd to the 26th, and I do believe again over the New Year's period, just maybe a little bit shorter number of days there. So hopefully we don't overload the system and have problems. But I know myself, I've set up a family Zoom visit tonight that I'm hoping that people can join me, and we will continue and do another one later on next week, another day, whatever, just to keep in touch, which is a great way to do that. I was excited yesterday. We got to do a FaceTime with the littler grandkids showing us their gingerbread houses, so that was really special. So to get started, I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see my desk, and I have a few things to talk to you about first, and then we'll make a card, and hopefully you can follow along and maybe make one and share it with me later. So there is a view of my shelves on the other side of the room. Sorry. Now this stand I have is the Archon stand, which is great. It has all kinds of adjustments, but because I do videos as well as Facebook Lives, I sometimes end up with different arrangements for the connections, and it's difficult to see. So looks like you can probably see my desktop. So I'll just get to it. First thing is, tomorrow is the last of the 12 weeks of Christmas. It is for those who have signed up to my newsletter, and if you didn't manage to get there this time, you can always join my newsletter. There's always all kinds of information coming out there, and I'd love to share with you. Hi, Diana. So that has gone well, and I will do it again next year, just maybe a little bit different timeline, because I think this week is maybe a little bit too late for the last one. So that's the first thing. Curvy Celebrations is an early release bundle that happened from November 3rd to January 4th, so you still can get in on it. It comes with 2 different sets. This stamp set and the curvy dies come as a bundle, and they will be in the new catalog, which I'll show you the front of shortly. And then the curvy stamp set and the paper are only available for this bundle. So if you want that, and we've done some great classes and card samples, and I don't have any of those samples, but I do have other samples I'm going to show you at the end. The giant year-end closeout is happening. I've talked to you about that. If you want more details, get in touch with me. I have a printout showing it a little bit easier to read than this, but that is because this catalog is retiring on January 4th. So there are things in here that you can get. Some things are carried forward, some things are really discounted, some are sold out. So you can check that out. And here is the new mini that's coming, and the Sale-A-Bration. I understand, and myself as well, because I mail them to myself when I mail them out to my customers, the mini has arrived in the mail. The Sale-A-Bration has not yet. I didn't get mail today. It might be there today, but anyway, those are awesome catalogs coming, and lots of new things in there that we're going to have a great amount of fun with. my host code if you're buying online for an order under $200. I'd appreciate your help with using it. And now I'm going to show you what we're going to work on. This particular set has been in the catalog, was in last year's holiday catalog. It was the set that Stampin' Up! Donated a portion of every sale to a fundraising event event project that they picked. I don't remember what it was, but it was that one. And it carried over into this catalog. So it is on page 59 of the catalog. And just a tip there, I know when I get my stamp sets, I like to put where they're found in the catalog so that I can refer to it quickly in case there's anything on that page that reminds me what I should be doing next with my projects. Just going to double check that I am in the right place, and it looks like I am. So, hello, Faye. Sunny Prince George, you're from. Okay, we have sunshine here too, not like southern Alberta, where I've heard there is blizzard warnings and wind warnings and all kinds of things happening down there. The other stamp set that I used in this card today is the Itty Bitty Greetings. It has 32 different greetings, and all of them are quite tiny. If you can see the size of them here. So again, a great set to have on your shelf. So here we go. Here is the card that I am going to show you how I made it. It has a bit of embossing, subtle embossing folder after I stamped it. I did cutouts with the stitch shapes. I wanted to call them stitch circles, but they're called stitch shapes. And I did some masking to get the grasses behind the little fox, I guess he is. So I will show you a few of those things and we'll put it together. So I have my regular card base of 8.5 by 4 1/4. The next one, as you can see on here, there's a bit larger border around it. So this one is 5 by, if I remember correctly, 5 by 3 3/4. And you may have noticed in my presentations, I do have, if you can see it, the grid paper down here, and I use that lots for double checking measurements. So that is where I'm going to stamp my bushes, I'll call them. Now, before I get too carried away with this one, I'm going to check my stamp here because I re-inked this yesterday. I didn't think it was quite dark enough on this one for what I wanted. So looks like it's quite a bit darker, so I'll have to make sure I don't run my hands through it. So I did just a couple of, oh yeah, I like that much better. A couple of that particular tree, because you'll notice in this stamp set, there are 2 trees, some bushes, looks like, I would call that snowflakes. This has been used lots for making a wreath because it's curved, little grasses, and the 3 animals there. So I will do the other one just to fill in and remember that this is behind where the circles are going to go. Then I need my focal point, which is my little fox. So I stamped him just on a piece of scrap, very vanilla. This is all very vanilla. I love using monochromatic colors, or like in this case, just a couple of colors. Then what I did was I stamped him on a sticky note and just cut out the side that I wanted to protect from the grasses when I stamp it, and I'm going to lay it over top and put my little, I'm calling them grasses, but you get the idea. Just so he's got a bit of, oh, That didn't work very well, did it? Oh, maybe. Okay. So there would be with the masking. So it's kind of a neat way to do those background pieces. And now I will bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and if you haven't heard, the mini one is available to us here in December, and it will be available to all customers in January, so that's exciting. It is a mini version, sorry, just trying to, of this. So when it comes, as well as this one, you get plates that are numbered, and they tell you how to use them, which is really good because I can't remember sometimes. So for cutting, which I'm going to do with my little fox, I need 1, 2, and the 2 3s, and I'm going to cut my circle out with my stitch die. Have you seen that? It's got a little edge that it puts around there, and you can, so I'm going to place my die somewhere, wherever I want it actually, wherever I like it. Put my other plate on top, and try not to shake the table. It comes out all cut and with my stitched edge around it. I've already cut out my brown one. So those are going to go on there, and now I need my subtle, and it says 3D, and when I look at my numbers on my plates, I think what I needed was the 3. For me, it's always a guessing game, and all I can say is if you are using the embossing folders, just don't force it, try it. If it feels like it's going through, you've got the right layers. So I have a line along the bottom that I can line up my card with, and in this case, it probably wouldn't make a lot of difference if it wasn't straight, and I can feel that is applying pressure, but it's not to where I have to feel like I'm going to break it by putting it through. So when I open it up, it comes up. Diana, you love your little machine. You've got the small one already? Good for you. I haven't got it yet, but it's nice to know it's out there and available. So that is all I need that for. And we can put the card together. So what I did, I put this layer on with dimensionals, just so it does stand away from the back being the same color. Then I used liquid glue on these and placed them. And then for the happy birthday, I used a punch and the words from that itty bitty set, which I guess I should have stamped before I put my ink away. And I find I have a couple drawers next to me here at my desk where I put any of this paper like this. When I cut it off, as you're cutting your 4 pieces out for layers, I have one for very vanilla and black, and I have one for Whisper White, or Basic White as it's going to be called pretty soon. And I can bring out this kind of scrap, trying to talk and think at the same time, and use it instead of taking a huge 8.5 by 11 sheet to stamp that little word on. This works very well. So I'm going to just place it in there like that and punch it. And yes, that is the same as what I punched that out with, but on this card, if you can see, if I can, oops, get in the camera, you might be able to see. I put little dimensionals on the back of the happy birthday, and I used liquid glue on the dark brown piece at the back just to give it a bit more dimension and variety there. So that's all there is to it, really. I will put it together. I would really appreciate you commenting on this as I'm doing it, and even though I can't see and comment back to you right at the moment, I certainly will afterwards. I do upload all of my videos to my YouTube channel as well. So if you're watching there, I appreciate your comments. I do answer them. And please like and subscribe to my channel. That will help me work towards enough subscribers that YouTube will allow me to actually do videos there. That'll take a while, but I'm working towards it. So I'll put that on. We'll see how much glue's left in these little, oh, look at, I have some. And I tend to not go really, really close to the edges of any of these extra pieces because I don't want it squishing out and all over my card. And again, I'm still kind of I did mail all my Christmas cards, and today I made shortbread cookies. Don't you wish you lived closer and I could share? And we could see each other. I have to bake them yet, but I know that my hubby is going to be tickled. Our daughter brought us a cookie tin full of cookies that she had done, and unfortunately, well, that was what, last Thursday? They're already gone. So I'm going to put these on the top edge so that I can stagger them like I did on that one. So yes, how is your baking? Do you do lots of baking? Maybe more so this year than other years. I haven't done near as much this year because we won't be with family to share it, but shortbread is a staple in our household. Bear with me if I get my head in the way here. And the other thing that I will be making probably later today or tomorrow is butter tarts. Ah, my goodness. And otherwise, we both, Dennis and I, love Christmas cake, and thanks to a customer of mine who makes it, we have a piece upstairs that sitting on the counter, so we can try it after, closer to Christmas. Okay, this is really not working the way I wanted it to. I wanted, and I will get the edge of this up just a smidgen there. See, you can even do cards upside down. Look at that. Ah, love it, love it, love it, love it. Except my fingers are sticky now. So that is that is our card. So I always looking for birthday cards. I do family and friends' birthdays every month, and those of you who have recently subscribed to my newsletter, you know that I ask you for birthdays. If you want me to send you a card, I certainly will. And look at the difference after you re-ink the stamp pad. I must go through them and do that. Be on my to-do list. So that is the card for today. I hope you liked it, and I hope that's given you some inspiration for that set. I could see not so much with that particular one, and this is basically what you can do to see if it's going to fit. You could for the rabbit, and maybe for part of the deer. So any of them would have worked on that particular design and set. So I have a couple things to show you. This is what I've been working on and I know some of you have seen them. We've done it in our monthly card club. Diana had given me one similar to it, and I have the kits ready that didn't get used for my monthly card club, so I am putting them together, and I do believe I will probably give them to some of our neighbors because they do have 2021 calendars, so they have to be used. But isn't that cute? And it does, I can't show you because I'm using my phone, but it does hold the phone in here. So it sits on my desk, and it's readily available. Now, I'm going to show you some cards. If you want to know anything more about them, be sure and get in touch. This is one done with a stamp set out of the new catalog. Friendship is found in simple things. I do a swap with some other ladies, and this is where most of these have come from. This is from the new catalog as well. One of the embossing folders that we do have, but the paper and the colored, no, those look like they're colored pearls that are done. This is definitely out of the new catalog, the new little ladybug. This is one done with the new sponges that are available, and this ribbon is carrying forward, so it's on that list that we saw with the carry forward. The sponges are really nice to use. Another one from that set with the dragonfly, and it has a punch, not a die, that cuts it out, so that comes as a bundle in there. A different design with the new papers. So lots of these. You may see me actually demo for you at some point. Another one with the dragonfly, and if I can show you the background embossing folder there. Look at the sparkles on this one, and this is the hydrangea paper. Isn't that gorgeous? Stickers all over because we do mark them that way so we know where they came from. But beautiful spring-like colors in that one. And this is from the Forever Green, or Forever Fern, I think it's called, set. This paper is from that Forever Fern set. So it is another fancy fold with a belly band. This is one similar paper to what I was doing with the phone stand and calendar stand, and a different embossing folder. Again, they add just so much when you put that embossing folder on the back. This one is a different style. We did that. I do a class on Fridays, obviously not this Friday because of Christmas, but where we share ideas and various people do the actual teaching of the class. And Diana taught this one to us recently, where you have your card and you cut that piece and use your designer paper. Works awesome. This one I received from a friend in Prince George, and it's a different fold. And I actually saw a video after I got the card, and because I wondered how did she do this? And I believe it's called a tea bag fold. So I will be looking into doing that one, probably not till closer to next Christmas, obviously, because it's a tree, but I do love it. This embossing folder did carry forward, and the moose was a carry forward from last year, so great combination on that one. And one more, I believe this one's not carrying forward, so if you're looking for that, be sure and hop on it soon. Little bit of designer paper, the bow, and the Merry Christmas. So some great ideas from all the swaps and the stamping friends, and that for cards. So I will sign off for now. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do comment. Please do like my YouTube page and share it. And we'll just create a big stamping community where we can enjoy and share things with each other. And I do wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and stay healthy and safe. And I will see you next time. Take care.